Good morning, guys. It's Saturday, July 22nd, and I'm just popping on because my husband's not home and I can record without interruption, hopefully. Um, I'm in a different room today. I'm in our front bedroom, and it's kind of dark in here, so I hope the video turns out okay. I want to turn you around. First, let me say, welcome to Deb's Artsy Life. This is episode 5. And I want to show you my yarn closet today and talk a little bit about yarn. And because honestly, I haven't worked on that much lately. I've been really busy and running and stuff in the evenings and just not, and keeping my grandson quite a bit. So I've not had a lot of time to crochet. And so behind me is my bookshelf. It's got all my commentaries and Bibles on it and my several books, a little bit of yarn. But what I want to show you is I'm going to flip you around and show you the view out this window, and I hope it shows up because it's just beautiful. We've got bird feeders. They're not active right now. The birds aren't feeding at the moment, but just the view from this window just makes my day. So here I go. Close your eyes for a minute. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I just wanted to give you a quick look at those beautiful geraniums, ivy geraniums in the window box, and the bird feeders. So now I want to take you back around, excuse me, and I want to take you over to my yarn closet, and I hope it shows up. If it doesn't, I'll figure out another way, but let me just carry you over. Don't get sick. Okay, I'm going to try turning the light on. This is my yarn closet. Okay, so I have project bags that I have made hanging up on S hooks. Love these things. These shelves were already in the closet. My husband had those when we got married, and my daughter had this room for just about a year or so while she was still at home. And then when she moved out, I turned it into what else but a yarn closet. And what a yarn closet does is it enables you to buy all the yarn you could possibly ever use in 10 lifetimes. But look, there's that bag. I love making bags, you guys. I love it. Okay, so there is, um, I used to have this arranged better by color. It's kind of gotten mixed up, but I wanted you to be able to see it. Most of my variegated are over here in this corner. And then I go from red, violet red to blues. And what I want to share with you today is I don't know if you guys were in on, if you live in the United States, Joann's came out with this big twist party yarn. And I bought a ton of it because it was, when it first came out, it was $2.99. I guess I need to get down here on my knees or something so you can see me. But when it first came out, it was $2.99 a skein. And I knew that, it would go up. But when I bought like a little bit of it, and then I loved it. I think I've talked about it in another video, but I wanted to show you. This is how it works up in a granny square. And I just think it's lovely yarn. It's so soft and it doesn't feel like acrylic. It doesn't have that plasticky feel. So I think I'm going to keep going with this granny square just because I love making granny squares. And I'll figure out something to use this for. This episode is a little haphazard and crazy because I'm trying to hurry up and get it recorded before my husband gets home. I don't know where he is, but we have a festival in town this weekend called Smoke on the Mountain, and it's a lot of barbecue makers, and they have a competition, and it's just a really neat thing. And my daughter lives downtown, so we were able to walk and put my grandson in the stroller and go We ate lunch at the little coffee shop cafe downtown, and we just had the best time. And I bought a book, and you see this pencil behind my ear? Well, it's a Derwent Drawing blue ink pencil. Okay, and I really wanted to sketch today, but it never happens. I don't know. I used to carry a sketchbook everywhere I went, and I don't do that anymore. But this week, they were having a clearance sale at Hobby Lobby, and so I went and bought a bunch of small sketchbooks, and the paper in them is really great. So I may do some sketches after a while with this pencil and some watercolor, and I may pop on here and show you, or either show you tomorrow, later today or tomorrow. But back to the yarn, okay? So anyway, we did have a great morning, and if you're ever in my little neck of the woods, you should come to the Smoke on the Mountain Festival. But so, like, down here, well, I'm going to have to put you down. Sorry. I wasn't sure how I should do this. So we're just going to sit on the floor together, okay? Excuse my white legs, but I've got bags down here, and here's that Karen Colorama Halo that I bought. I haven't used it yet, but oh, I'm dying to. There are so many projects I want to do. But you see how much of this, what did I just talk about? Oh, big twist party that I have. I want to make sweaters. I really want to knit a sweater so bad, and I want to crochet a sweater, but for some reason I am just scared to death of it. I don't know why. It just overwhelms me to think about, you know, getting it to fit and all that. I did make a sweater, and it's hilarious. We call it my bathrobe, and I'll have to model it for you one day. It is huge, and the sleeves are like bell sleeves because I didn't do any decreases. So it really does look like a bathrobe, but I love that sweater, and if I could just get the nerve to make some more sweaters, I would really like that, because the thought of being able to craft with your hands your very own piece of clothing that would actually be something you'd want to wear out is exciting, but my fear is that mine would not be something that looked right. But we'll see. One of these days I want to work on that. Okay, so I got all these project bags hanging up full of things I want to make. I want to show you this yarn. This is the Ferris Wheel Lion brand in the color Sprinkles. Oh, I love this. Isn't that beautiful? I've got, I sounded like a horse when I did that. I have about six skeins of this, so there's plenty to make a sweater. I would love to knit a sweater with this. And the thing about knitting, it is so slow compared to crochet, but I like the fabric that it creates so much better than the fabric that crochet makes. And that kind of just depends on the stitch you're using, but you could also make one of those big cocoon sweaters with just a big granny square and then joining the sleeves together. I just fear that I would do that and then I wouldn't like it. Because that's what happened with this right here. I did this great old big granny square, and it was started out to be a blanket, but then I joined, you just fold it in half basically, and sew or crochet, to make like sleeves. But when I put it on, I wore it to work actually, and everybody kept saying, "Boy, you really must be cold today." And I thought, clearly, this does not look like a jacket. It must look like I've got a blanket on. So I have never worn that to work again. But I love this as a blanket. Isn't this beautiful? There is just nothing to me like a granny square. Look at this yarn. Look at this. Just look at this. This is I Love This Yarn from Hobby Lobby. It's the colorway, I think it's just called Blues and Greens or something. I don't know. And then this is I think all this is Hobby Lobby, except for this. It's Impeccable by Michaels. So anyway, love this, and I need to work on it. I just keep going from one thing to another, but after having worn this as a cocoon, oh, Tucker's coming. Come here. Look, guys. He's gonna be in a video finally. I've been gone all morning, so he's missed Mama. Haven't you, buddy? Okay, so I can't remember if I've introduced you to Tucker or not. He is our baby. He is like mine and my husband's son because my husband loves that dog more than he loves me, I guarantee it. And Tucker is a rescue dog. I got him right before we got married. So we've been married 10 years. And he's part Shih Tzu and part Terrier, I think. But we love that dog. He's getting very old. He's about 14 now, so but he can still go for long walks but anyway, back to the yarn. So here's this. I'm going to fold it up. I've got all kinds of yarns in this closet and all kinds of projects. And you know what I did is I decided I didn't want to use Red Heart anymore because it's so scratchy. And two, I've made a couple of bedspreads using mostly it and some other cheaper value yarns, and they're peeling. So I just wanted to buy nicer yarn to use. And so I got rid of 2 garbage bags full of yarns. I think I've told you that before, but here's a crazy bag I did. I don't know if I've shown you this one. Look at that. This is the Vivid yarn by Premier, Sweet Roll Vivid. And then I got this at Hobby Lobby. Look at this. It's the Sugar Wheel acrylic. And it looks just like that, only I like it better because it has a plumpness to it that the Sweet Roll Vivid, ugh, that looks bad, doesn't have. And look how much bigger. Look at that. Now, I think it is more expensive, but it's even got the, I don't know if you guys know this, if you live in the United States, but Hobby Lobby now has this Okie-Tech, or however you say it, this tested against all the harmful substances. And it didn't used to have that. So to me, that was really exciting. When they restocked after their last clearance sale, their yarn, their I Love This Yarn, value yarn, now has that Okie-Tech on it, that certification. And I don't even think Sweet Roll Vivid has that. Of course, it does have it has it there, but it's not the little seal. But anyway, get me started about yarn, I could talk all day, you guys. Okay, time out. I'm going to stand up. Okay, I'm going to stand you up. Sorry about all this. You know what Tucker's thinking, don't you? He's like, who is Mama talking to? Okay, up here, I don't know if you can see it, is more of that big twist party. I mean, I literally got almost every color. There was one that was gray that I didn't like. I like color. So I could literally make probably 6 or 8 sweaters out of this. And you know what my problem is? There's not enough time for all this. But it says that it takes 5 skeins to make a sweater and 10 skeins to make a blanket. So I need to use this up. Y'all know there's just not enough hours in the day. And you know what I did today? We went downtown to the bookstore that sells some of my artwork. Well, I have credit where I have sold some things there, and so it's like prepaid cash, and I can just use it when I shop there. And I've been wanting Matt, I don't remember his last name, Haig or something like that, but he wrote The Midnight Library, I think. Anyway, I bought that paperback. I've been wanting to read that. Now, whether I'll read it or not remains to be seen because I'm always crocheting, but um, my daughter got a bunch of books and I got some things. And it was all free because I had well, no, I think we paid $30 because I had so much credit. She got a whole bag of books. So we did have fun today. I don't know if you can see all my pretty baskets. Probably not. Here's one. My Longaberger baskets. Here is a shawl I started made out of Momenti by Premier. Isn't that beautiful? I need to finish it because clearly it isn't long enough. I want it to go down to my knees. Well, I say that. I've only got this much yarn left. So I really need to finish it. It's the Una Maxi Wrap. It's a free pattern on Premier Yarns. And I don't have, yeah, I do. Look at this. It's the Premier Momenti. Can you see that? Yarn. I think it's on sale now on Premier's website, maybe. But it's cotton and acrylic, and it feels really, really good. And see, this is another one of those things where I start and then I get another idea and go to another project and don't finish. But I will eventually. But you can get this pattern on Premier.com on their website. And it's very, very easy. It's only a 1 or 2 row repeat. It's called the Columns and Fans Stitch. So again, it's the Una Maxi Wrap. Whoops. And I owe this to Cinnamon Stitches because she's the one who had it on her YouTube channel and how I discovered it. So anyway, I'm going to stand back and let you just take a gander at my beautiful yarn closet. Okay, and I'm going to go down so you can see all the mess in the bottom. I need to put that back up. It fell. And it just depends on the day. Sometimes I come in here and I look at it and I'm completely overwhelmed. And sometimes I come in here and it just brings me so much joy. In a future episode, I want to show you all the yarns that I bought at the Sparta Fiber Festival. All the beautiful hand-dyed, like, what are they? Hand-spun, hand-dyed yarn. Here is one of them. Would you believe that I got these 2 balls of yarn for $5 from Melody Weed? This is wool, hand-spun, hand-dyed, and it's my favorite colors, blues, greens, and yellows. So I want to make something out of that, and I'm not sure what. But clearly I have more yarn than I will ever be able to use. So I'm going to take you back over. Well, first I want to show you something. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this. I'm trying to show you the bedspread I made. Okay, the problem with the bedspread is that it came apart. My stitches come undone. It's just one giant granny square, and it came apart. And I don't know what I'm going to do about it. So I'm thinking I'm going to, well, I'm making another one. I have shown you, I've only got like 5, 6 squares done, but that's one thing I'm working on. And I want to say while I'm on here that I am so thankful for all you guys being here. I have like 36 subscribers as of today, and I know that doesn't sound like much, but hey, when you started out with 8, well, first you started out with 0, and the first day I had like 8, and So it just thrills me to think that people want to watch me babble about yarn. It just is so exciting to me. In fact, Sheila, if you're watching, Sheila is a friend of mine. We have a yarn group that meets called In the Loop, a fiber arts group, knitters and crocheters, that meets at the public library. And Sheila is one of the ladies that comes, and she's also a friend of mine. And she she is inspired to buy a sketchbook, she told me, because of my videos. And I mean, that's what it's all about, you guys. It's just inspiring people and, sharing this beautiful world of creativity and color. It's what makes my life so rich, and it is. It's just so we we start out like that as kids. We start out, coloring and drawing with abandon, and we don't worry about what it looks like. And then as adults, we get older and we hear all the critics and people saying, well, that doesn't look like a tree, or whatever happens. And we lose that pure, unadulterated joy of just putting a crayon on a piece of paper and playing. And for some reason, the Lord has blessed me not to ever lose that. I just still have that incredible joy to just put color on a piece of paper. But the biggest joy, and I would have never dreamed that this would be the case, but is to make things with yarn that people can use. I mean, I just love the thought of being able to craft something with my hands. It's just fabulous. And it's so tangible. A picture you just hang on the wall. And I got kind of burned out with that because I'd filled so many sketchbooks and I'd painted so many paintings that, I mean, how many paintings can you truly hang on a wall? And I'm not taking away from that. I dearly love it and I'm still doing it. But this is just fulfilling something in me that I didn't even know was there. I'm so addicted to crochet. And now I love knitting. I don't love it as much as crochet, but I'm not sure why. I think it's because I don't know how to do it very well. So, this episode's been really crazy, and I'm sorry. I'm out of breath because I've had such a good morning, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait to clean bathroom. Well, I don't want to clean bathrooms, but I've got to do that before I can crochet. So I'm going to get in here, clean my bathrooms, and then I'm going to sit down and maybe work on some of these projects that need to be finished. I mean, truly, this would not take me but one afternoon, and I could call it done and wear it. So I really, really need to do this. But there's so many of these. I mean, and then I bought that book, and I'm like, how am I going to read? I'm too busy crocheting. But anyway, and then I have a full-time job on top of that. But I'm loving work right now. I'm loving work right now. It's great. Things are so much better, and I'm really, really grateful for that. So enjoy a view once again of my beautiful yarn closet. I know it's a mess, but it is the most wonderful mess, isn't it? And I'm glad you got to meet Tucker. And I'm going to tilt this down again so you can see all the glory. And one of these days, I'm going to show you some more of what's in all those baskets and containers. But don't you love this part right here that just goes on and on with pure color? And seriously, I mean, I should not ever have to buy any more yarn, but I keep buying it because they keep coming out with new yarns. And it's the same thing with books. I have so many to-be-read books. It is ridiculous, but they keep writing new ones. What's up with that? So this is probably my favorite big twist yarn. I don't know if you can see it, but it is gorgeous. It's the colorway Candy. And then there's another one that is called Confetti. I've got to show it. Look at that. And this is one time that I'm really glad I bought yarn because it was $2.99 a skein, and I bought like 6 or 8 of the colors that I like the most. And see, now you can't get this. They don't have it in stock, and I don't know if they're going to restock it. And even if they do, the regular price is $6.99, which I don't think I would pay that much. I really don't. Even as much as I like it, that's a lot. So I've got quite a bit of this, and then one more I want to show you, and I promise I'm going to let you go. Okay, two more, maybe three. Okay, this is um, the colorway Bubblegum. Okay, this is the one that I used to make the lady's prayer shawl that's in my last episode. Um, it's made with bubblegum. And again, this is the sedge stitch, which is a beautiful stitch, but if I had it to do over, I wouldn't use it for a shawl. Because can you imagine how hot this thing's going to be? Well, it'll keep you warm on a winter's night. So I don't know. It is kind of pretty. And I really need to finish it too. So maybe I'll work on shawls today. Today will be shawl afternoon. Okay. Now, seriously, I'm going to let you go. Thank you again for being here. Thank you for liking and subscribing and all the comments I've received. People from the UK, people from Northern California, Wisconsin. It's just so much fun to be here. I never would have imagined that I would enjoy it this much. So thank you. And please share my videos. Anybody that you know that loves to crochet and knit and play with color. And I may film again tomorrow, but thank you for watching and have a wonderful, wonderful Saturday afternoon or whatever day it is where you are. Thank you.